Welcome to the Army Empire Podcast, your go-to podcast for insightful tips on investment strategies, entrepreneurship, and all things money matters. Join Bernard Alerte, your guide on this journey to financial freedom. Each episode will dive into expert advice, practical strategies, and inspiring stories to help you take control of your financial future. Whether you're an aspiring entrepreneur or a seasoned investor, we've got something for everyone. So get ready to unlock your financial potential and make your money work for you. And now, let's welcome your host, Bernard Alerte.
We're back.
Yes, we are. Excited to be here.
Yes, happy Tuesday. You know, every Tuesday at 8, I love spending this half hour with you, Bernard, because I never know what you're going to chat with us about.
Yes, absolutely.
All right, buddy.
Fun.
We're live. We're live on all our platforms. Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. What are we doing today? What are we talking about?
We're talking about the principle of success. It's crazy. When I first started a business, and one of our mentors, there's a lot of different principles, right? He talked about principles of success, right? And he used to go over it over and over and over again till it became ingrained in us. And I was thinking, wow, this is a great topic to cover because it kind of molded me. As I was in business, anything that we do kind of molded us in everything that we do. And I just want to share with everyone out there some principles of success. And if you read like 1,000 books, there's like 1,000 principles of success, right? Around. So this is just us principles of success in business. And you can apply it to your finances, apply it to your business, apply it to different aspects of your life. It makes such a big difference, you know?
I love that. So we're going to get to hear principles of success, and we're going to get this with the Bernard spin and the Army Empire principles. I love this.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Right. So I got my paper and pen. Hopefully you already have yours too. For those that are watching, grab your notes because we're ready for some gold nuggets.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Great. So the first one is very simple. Be prepared for success. One of the first principles of success is to be prepared for success, right? I think the challenges that most of us have in anything that whether it's your personal finance or whether it's in your business, we're not mentally ready for success. You have to get yourself mentally ready for success before change happens and anything. Are you prepared for it, right? I heard something very powerful. It's better to be prepared for an opportunity, not have one, than have an opportunity and not be prepared.
Yes, and not be ready for it. I love it.
Exactly. So if you think about it, if you look at your personal finances, you got to be ready for change. You have to be ready. What are some things that you are doing right now to prepare yourself for you to have success? Those things, like, for example, having a game plan, have something like that, which is important, right? Which is so crucial in anything that we do, right? So I can spend like an hour on prepare for success, but it's so important for people to be ready, take some notes. Take some notes in anything that you do. Find like the Army Empire podcast. So you have to take a lot of notes, a lot of things that we shared. Take some notes, copy some notes. You have to apply them, right? And we have so many people that watch it. Like we were in an event this Saturday, right? Listen, I've been watching it, and because they're preparing themselves. They're preparing themselves to have success, and that's the first step of success.
So success is never just going to show up and catch you by surprise. You have to be ready for it.
Absolutely. I'm 100%. You got to be ready for it, right? And it's craziest thing. Why is it we talk about people that win the lottery, right? People win the lottery, and within literally 80-90% of people that win the lottery within 6 years, they're worse. They're bankrupt, worse position it would be. For why? Because they weren't mentally prepared for it. You got to be ready for a blessing before you get. You have to be ready to make change before you're able to have it. If you're not prepare yourself, it's not going to happen.
Because then you know what to do with it.
Exactly. Absolutely. 100%. That's the first step. The second one, you always have to have a game plan that benefits others. Always have a game plan that benefits others. Yes.
Not just me. Okay.
You have a game plan benefit. And you said something very powerful on Saturday. You're talking about people want to be magnets instead of being bridge builders, right? A lot of people, what's in it for me? What's in it? And that's what happens a lot of people in their finances. See, what happens is the people that have a game plan that benefits others do better financially than people that don't. Here's the reason why. In every aspect that you do, if you think about in your finances, for example, People that have life because they're thinking of others. They say, you know what? I gotta make sure I leave money for my beneficiaries. Why is it important for me to have a life? Because benefits my husband, my wife, my spouse, my kids. So having that game plan is the first step. Why is it important for example, save money for a rainy day? Because if something happens, you want to make sure that your family doesn't get hurt.
Right.
Right. So you have to have a game plan that benefits other people, that benefits others. That's the first step, even in business, right? If you want a successful business, you have to have a strategy where you put people first. What's best for people, right? You heard this saying that's very, very powerful. People don't care how much you know until they know how much you care, right? So that's the first step. Always have a game plan. Whatever, if you decide any business you do, make sure you put people first. Make sure you do something that put people first. This is why I don't like certain financial products. What they do, they put the company first, and they put the agents first, and the client last.
Yes.
You know, it's so important, right? To always have a game plan that benefits other people all the time, right?
Good.
Number 3, this is why you have to do the work. Now you have to do the work necessary, right? Which is important. Do the work necessary, right? And that's the thing that people avoid. You see, only place success comes before work is an addiction. I'm gonna say it again. The only place success comes before work is in a dictionary. Okay, you have to make sure you do the work to become successful. Whether it's in your business, you have to work your business. You have to invest time. How much time are you investing in your business? How much time are you investing to grow your business? Right, so important. Man hours, because if you can't invest time, you're always gonna reap what you sow. So if you don't invest around the amount of time, your business is not gonna grow. Now, in your finances, you have to do the work necessary for the finance. You have to do the work. You have to do the budgeting, right? Doing the work necessary for you to be able to get things back on track, which is so important. So the work is important, okay? And a lot of people avoid the work, right? Like the Bible says, faith without work is what? Dead, right? You need to have faith. You also have to do the work. And that's something that people want to avoid most of the time is the work. You can't avoid the work. You have to do it, right? That's number 3. Number 4, have a merger with your coach or mentor.
That's interesting.
Have a merger. You have to go in the same direction that they're going in. Have a merger with them. And anything if you're in business, have a merger with your coach, someone that knows more than you. And that's the thing that a lot of people have a challenge with sometimes. Being the word coachable, having a merger mentor. A lot of people are so focused to being number 1 and they don't focus on growing. It's okay to be number 2 and follow someone.
Oh, say that again.
Everybody wants to be number 1. Everybody wants to be the boss. Everybody wants to do things. Listen, have a merger with your coach and mentor. Success is copied. That's something that's so important. If someone has success, I know some very, very success 101, basic 101. Find someone that's successful, do exactly what they do, and you will become successful too.
Right.
Right? Success is not an accident. Right? Right? There's success is not just something that happens automatically. Something that there's certain things that you do. Success is a language.
Right.
Right. So you got to have a merger with your coach. Always have someone that you can humble yourself, willing to grow, willing to teach you. I said so many people that have so much potential, but I see them. They want to be number 1. They have a challenge with being coachable. Right. I say before you become a great leader, you got to become a great follower. And you never want to stop. You always want to have a coach. Every coach has a coach, right? Which is so important to have, right? And even in your finances, you got to have that too. Have someone that can hold you accountable. Have an advisor. This is why they've said, even in health-wise, they said people that have a personal trainer are 5 times more likely to achieve their goals than people try to do it on their own.
Yes, that's true.
Right? The same thing with your finance. People that have like an advisor, someone they can turn to, like a real advisor they can turn to, are 4 or 5 times more likely to become financially independent than anything else. They actually done research that people like even returns. Even returns, that if you have someone that you work with, you're like almost 2-3 times returns if you try to do it by yourself.
Right.
Right? Because if you think about any investor, if you don't have no one, guess what happens? When things go wrong, when you need like advisor, coach, when things go wrong.
Right.
And you need someone that's gonna keep you right, keep you on track. When you're by yourself, you let your emotions take control. You let, oh, this friend, this person does this person does that, and guess what happened? And that sets you back.
That's right. Rather than your core people.
People that you close. I'm very particular who I let in my circles. I have different mentors in different parts of our lives. You know, we have business mentors that we follow business wise. We copy what they do. We have spiritual mentors that we have, right? We have, for example, family. Listen, for example, the same people in business may not be the best one family wise. Do you understand that? I have mentors family wise, and that's okay. You have to have different people in your life, right, that help you in different areas.
Correct.
Right? I have great business mentors, but maybe they would not be the best one family wise or spiritual wise. So you gotta have different people and different categories, different areas of your life that you want to grow to be able to copy, but have a merger go in the same direction they're going in so you can help get it. So we don't follow people, we follow the direction they're going in.
Technically, that is absolutely correct.
We don't follow people per se. I don't follow individuals per se. Because guess what happens? Man makes mistakes. We make mistakes, right? So I follow the direction that they're going in. If the direction going is where I want to go, then I follow it. If it's not where I want to go, then I just don't follow it. But remember, follow the direction people are going in, not just people.
So good.
It's so important for us to do that. So have a merger with your coach. Go in the same direction you're going in. Number 5, we call master the people handling skills, right? Which is so important. And this is something I struggled with a lot when I was learning, and that you can apply it to anything that you have in life, right? Anything that's your life, not just in business, but apply anything in your life. You have to listen. Our lives, we're gonna be dealing with people. You gotta learn how to deal with people, and you have to learn how to deal with people. That's part of your life. Success requires you to learn how to deal with people. I like when people say, I don't like people. Then say, who do you like? Then animals? I mean, you're gonna be with animals your whole life. You gotta deal with people. If you want kind of success, you gotta be, and you have to learn how to deal with people. And this is something that was hard for me in the beginning because I was very shy. I was very introverted. When people see like, oh, you're not. Yes, I was very shy, introverted. Right. So one of the things that people have to eyeball to eyeball contact. Yeah. Look, when you're talking to people, look at them in the eyes. Don't like stare at them like intimidate, but make eye contact with people. When people ask you a question, make sure you make eye contact with people. Don't look away. Don't do that. Those are things you have to be very, very self-conscious, because when I was younger, I grew up in an environment. Don't look at people in the eyes. Don't look at people in the face. Right. I grew up in right. Your parents said, don't look at people in the face. You're staring at people. Stop staring, right? Things like that. But you have to learn eyeball to eyeball contact. When you communicate with people, learn how to look at them in their eyes. And you have to be very conscious of that, because we automatically seem to look away. So I always make sure when someone asks me a question, I always want to look at them in the eyes, so they know, right, I'm frank. Because when people now look in the eye, guess what happened? There's it's kind of fishy. Disconnected, right? If I'm saying, oh, I'm doing very great, Liz, and I'm doing all that,
we're not connecting,
right? See, 2 ears and a mouth. God give us 2 ears and a mouth. What does that mean? We have to listen twice as much as we speak.
Break it down.
We have to listen twice as much as we speak. As we speak, the hardest thing for us to do in life is listen. The hardest thing for a human being to do is listen. Listen, because we so used to talking. You want to get your point, especially if you have a lot to say, especially a lot, it's very hard. Especially us in our business. If you're a business person, you're confident you always want to share great things. It's very easy to want to share and speak, but you have to learn to listen. Listen twice as much as you speak. It's hard to listen and don't listen to respond. People listen automatically. Someone's talking and you already have the rebuttal right there when you're talking to them, and that you can apply it to your spouse, your kids, anything. And this is something I have to learn. Even it's hard for me. I'm still working on that, because I'm always solution driven person. I'm always trying to find and I I taught myself. I say to myself, Bernard, be quiet. So what I do when I feel like I'm gonna talk, I put my finger in my mouth like this. I really do. That
Like,
means be quiet, listen, listen, just listen. And sometimes
I'm gonna
repeat.
steal that.
Yes.
I'm gonna steal that. I'm gonna steal it.
Yes, I'm like this. When you see me like this, because I want to say something, I'm like, okay, be quiet, so just to force myself to listen, right? And maybe you have to repeat back. It's always good when someone's saying something. In other words, repeat back what they're saying so they know you listen to them.
Yes.
To repeat back, people want to be heard. People are so important. They want to be heard. See, it's craziest thing. Like you'll hear, I like this person so much because they listen. You'll never hear someone say, oh my gosh, I like this person. They talk so much and they keep talking. They don't stop talking and they just talking. They have so much knowledge and talking. You never hear that. You always say, man, that's person, great listener. He's so polite.
Yes.
He's so polite. And so people want it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Important. See, that's something. Always ask questions people know the answers to, right? Mm-hmm. When we communicate with people, you always ask questions that are simple questions. So I learned that sometimes you tend to ask people questions that, let's say, out of heart. No, ask questions people know the answer to. Very simple question. I learned when you're communicating with someone, whether you're dealing with your spouse and your kids, and spouse and your kids or anything like that, you deal with people, find anything. Always ask questions people know the answers to. Mm-hmm. Right? Well, I'll ask people questions like, for example, well, how soon would you like to retire?
Mm-hmm.
Right? What people know the answer to. How soon would you like to do that? So I don't tell people, I don't ask people like, oh, did you know about the rule of service? You know about this? Make people look stupid. No, I want to communicate with people, because what happens is when you communicate, if you find yourself, you look like you're smarter than the next person, they don't like you.
Mm-hmm.
They don't like you. They don't like you, right? It's so important, right? Also, and D, right? Wait for the answer. Wait for the answer. And I talked about that. Wait for the answer. When you ask someone a question, wait for the answer.
Mm-hmm.
Wait for them to answer. Don't quick to answer. Don't quick to answer for them. Wait for them to answer. Sometimes silence is very, very powerful. Sometimes just not saying anything.
Mm-hmm.
And there's power in that. Patient, not saying anything. What happens is a lot of people sometimes they'll ask and they boom, and they're quick to answer the question. They like I teach a lot of our guys, wait for the answer, right? Mm-hmm. I'll ask like a fan. Listen, which plan do you like? This one, that one, or that one? A, B, or C? Which one you feel more comfortable with?
Mm-hmm.
And I wait for the answer. And sometimes they'll think, like, they'll take their time. I train myself to wait.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, let them answer. That's something that's so important. Wait for the answer when you ask a question. Always answer a question with a closing question. Always ask people questions. Right? Like one of our leaders asked a question. Listen, what do you think about this he says, what are we going to do about this contest? I said, well, what do you think we should do about it? Tell me, what do you think is a good perspective? What's your perspective on that?
Mm-hmm.
What do you think is a good thing to do? And you always answer a question with a closing question. Yeah. Right? It's important, right? And a lot of people, they're quick to answer, right? And mm-hmm. I teach my friends, my guys, I tell them, listen, when your wife asks you, okay, where do you want to eat, hon? Okay, she really doesn't want you to know your answer. She already knows where she wants to eat. She just wants you to ask, well, honey, where would you like to eat?
Correct. The question with the question.
Well, and you have to train yourself to always answer a question with a closing question. Mm-hmm. Right? Learn how to ask questions. People don't understand. The people that ask the most questions control the conversation. Mm-hmm. And you can learn business, and you can learn that you'll learn so much more by asking questions than by talking. Because when you're asking questions, you're learning something. When you're talking about what you already know. Mm-hmm. But when you're asking questions, you get a chance to have a different insight.
Mm-hmm. So right? Good. So good.
Always answer a question with a closing question. So important.
Mm-hmm.
For example, so let's look at C, right? Get started now. get started, when you learn something, one thing that's so important on people, right? And you talked about it, right? And you talked about the ACT, right? Act, right? Right, things we have to do, right? You got to get started now. One of the challenges people have, a lot of us have, is we learn something, we do something, and we don't get started now. Like, listen, we cover a lot of information in a podcast. I'm talking to our audience here. And what have you done with the information? Did you like, oh wow, that sounds great? Was it entertaining?
Good.
Or did you do something for make change? You have to get started now, right? Procrastinator, right? Like over the procrastinators, right? Right? Procrastination. I heard something very powerful. Procrastination is the assassination of inspiration.
Yes.
Right? The more you procrastinate, and the less you likely take action. So once you learn something, do something right now. Make it happen right now. Right? Don't procrastinate. Right? I heard this joke, right? There's something called a procrastinators club. Right? The problem with the procrastinators club, right? They never meet. They're always putting it off.
Yes.
They're always putting it off, right? They never get a chance to meet. Right?
Yep.
Procrastinators, right? It's so important. 7, which is tough. Patience is the big play. You got to have patience. You have to have patience with a sense of urgency. You have to have patience. That means when you do something, you have to give it time for it to work. Things just don't happen, right? And that's so important. You have to have patience with a sense of urgency. That means in your financing, when you start, you're not going to fix your finances overnight, right? So you have to give it time. For it to happen. Have patience. Do the right things long enough, and it's going to happen. Just like getting healthy. You're not going to you have to give it time, but you have to have a patient with a sense of urgency. Okay? It takes patience. Nothing happens overnight. It's crazy. The things that grow take time.
Correct.
The things that destroy can go overnight.
In a moment.
Right? Things that grow, it takes time to get success at anything you do. But you can destroy that with one decision. One bad decision can destroy that. You have to make a lot of good decisions to have success. A lot of good decisions. Daily, weekly, monthly. But you make one bad decision in a moment can destroy everything now. So you have to be very vigilant with that, right? Patience is a big play. Number 8, be a weekly goal setter, weekly goal hitter. You have to set weekly goals. Anything that you do in your finances, set some weekly goals. I'm gonna put away $20 a week. Maybe it's hard for someone to put away $100 a month or $200 a month, but can you take $50 a week out? Right? Be a weekly goal setter, weekly goal hitter. So you have to get used to setting goals and hitting goals. Okay, setting goals and hitting goals. What happens to a lot of us is the reason people don't hit any goals because they don't have any goals. Really, they just don't have it. You gotta set a goal for yourself. Whatever it might be in your finances, in your business, whatever. You set a weekly goal, right? Maybe monthly goal might be too much. So set a weekly goal. I believe. How can I say that? It takes time. You have to build. Everybody wants the big wins, but you have to have little wins because the little wins lead to the big wins. You heard it saying like a year is a lot of successful month, right? A good month, they have a lot of successful weeks, and by a good week is by having successful days, and days is by certain practices done daily every single day that causes you to have all that to happen.
Yes.
Okay. So you got to have weekly goals. Weekly goal here. That's so important, right? Number 9, light yourself on fire and people will come watch you burn. You have to light yourself with enthusiasm. You have to be excited. You have to be excited about when you talk, you have to be excited about what you're doing. Right? Nobody wants to follow a dull, disillusioned, frustrated crybaby. Right? And I don't want to insult anyone, but nobody wants to, oh my gosh, if you're the person always negative all the time, you got to get excited. You got to get excited. Anything that you do, get excited, right? If you start a business, get fired about your business. People buy into your excitement. Right? If you set some goals like financial, man, I'm excited about getting out. I'm excited. Get excited. Some people like, well, I'm excited. I just don't show it. Well, you have to show your face you're excited, right? But sometimes You're not showing. You have to be. That doesn't mean you have to be jumping off the walls, but you are you smiling? That's so important to have that. You have to. People get excited. Say, man, this person's excited. This person. There's something about them, right? You walk. Sometimes people come up to you, man. I don't know what you do, but you're excited. People need to see that.
So good.
Anything that you do for us entrepreneurs, be excited. I don't care what is it you do. Be excited about it. Be excited about it. People will buy into you because you're excited, right? And number 10 is you have to develop an above average will to win.
Woo, so good.
You have to develop. And the key word is develop. You're not born with average will to win. You have to develop it. You have to work on it. You have to work on a will to win. You have to work on that. Something that you have to, and how do you work on that? You have to read. You have to be around people, associations, people that are going to help you stretch, help you change your thinking, people that are going to help you grow. You have to develop an above average, because if you're around people that are growing, right? Growing, and they're growing yourself. You're around people that are just going backwards, not growing. And I hear so many people, sometimes it's in the craziest thing, they dissociate themselves from people that help them grow. Listen, I have a lot of mentors and coaches. Listen, I don't like what they say all the time. They challenge me, right? But I accept it. Not everything they say is all great, but sometimes they challenge you. Listen, you got to get better at it. And I accept it. You don't like it, but you have to accept it because growth is not easy. You got to get someone to grow.
Right.
And the challenge, a lot of people, they stay away from people that help them grow. You stay away from people that are going to tell you like it is. Right. And I find people, they find something to be, well, no, when people are helping challenge you, that's great. Embrace it. People need more people like them that's going to help us grow, help us get to the next level. You have to develop an above average will to win. And sometimes you can't do that by yourself. You have to be around people that are helping you grow, around people that are going to really set the standard, people that might be in a better position you, that are willing to stretch you, that are willing to pour into you to help you grow, right? In your finance, maybe deal with an advisor, someone that's not going to tell you it's okay to buy that car when you're in the bank. Right? It's not okay to go get those $1,000 shoes or $2,000 shoes when you don't have any protection. So you don't have protection. You don't have the right amount of saving. No. You need people that are gonna tell you the truth. That tell you that.
So good. These 10 tips, these 10 things that you mentioned, principles of success in business. Folks, if you're watching and you've been taking notes, we want you to comment your favorite of these 10. All right, listen, I'll tell you right now. The ones that I have circled here is number 1, because we tend to forget that success isn't going to just show up and surprise you. Surprise, I'm here. You have to be prepared. You have to make room for success. Loved everything you said with number 1. And then I think the other one is going to be about the mouth. I like that. This thing here, like, shut it and let other people speak. And the last 2, 9 and 10, are bomb. They're gangster. Like, light yourself on fire, and people are going to come to watch you burn. They're going to want to know what it is that you're doing, what's going on over there, what's going on in this company, what's going on in this business. I love that. And develop an above average, not just average. It's an above average will to win. Bernard, that's so good. I'm ready.
Absolutely. People have it. I don't like the word average. People like average. Average is, here's what average actually means when people think about average, is the best of the worst and the worst of the best.
Pretty much.
When you're average, you're the best of the worst.
Yep.
Or the worst of the best.
Yeah.
Either way, it don't sound good.
Correct. I don't want it.
So if you say, I'm okay, I'm average, I want to be average, and that's what you're asking for. I'm just the best of the worst. Or I should the worst of the best. That's what no.
Nobody wants that.
No. Above average will to win.
if you join the Army Empire podcast, you know that we want big for you. And what Bernard is teaching us is things that are going to stretch us and make us better. So that's why every week is so important to be here and share this with somebody else.
Absolutely.
Yeah, this was excellent. I love it. Principles of Success. Episode 46. This is fantastic. I love it.
Apply them. Love you to apply them, and you'll see your life will start changing. Just apply them.
Awesome. Well, we can't wait to see what you got in store for us next Tuesday.
Yeah, looking forward to it. Got some cooking.
You got something good up your sleeve.
Got some cooking. Yes, we got some cooking.
Something's brewing.
Yes.
Something's brewing in the Army.
Yes, absolutely.
I love it. All right. Thank you so much for joining us, guys. We love just being in here again for 20, 30 minutes and just sharing all the good things when it comes to financial stability and management here with our financial advisor, Bernard Alerte. We will see you next week. Have a good one. Bye, guys.
Thanks for tuning in to the Army Empire podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to subscribe and share it with your friends. Join us next week for another exciting edition. And until then, keep building your empire.